Hi FlossTube, it's Barb with Lost in Floss. This video is primarily about cross stitch with a few other little crafts thrown in at times. I want to welcome back all regular subscribers. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and I hope you like what you see. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and ring the bell because I'm very sporadic. I think rather than having one ginormous, long video, I'm probably going to break this into a couple segments. It's already getting late in the day. I've just had lots of stuff going on. Nothing earth-shattering. But I want to jump on the whip parade, just because it kind of refreshes myself as to what I have piled up and ready to go. But first off, this is video, I believe, 85. And I also think it's January 11th, maybe? That sounds about right. It's Tuesday. And yeah, I think it is the 11th. Beautiful, beautiful winter day, if we can even call it winter, in Wisconsin. It's gorgeous out there. Sunny. I got out and hiked this morning at a beautiful county park with a couple of my friends, and now just trying to get a few things done and some of these video recorded. Some of the things I want to do, first off, this will be a whip parade. And then I'm also going to do another video. I had done this last year where it wasn't necessarily things I all stitched during that year, but it was things that were fully finished and turned into usable items. So anything that I finished during 2022, I will show. And then I also want to do something to celebrate 8,000 subscribers. I mean, I'm just shocked that that's where we're at. And so I've had so many people who have shared with me as well things that I'd like to share with you, like spread the joy. And if I didn't say it already, Happy New Year! Woohoo! 2023. For some reason, I always like the even years. And I was just random survey with some friends, and it kind of seemed like people who are born in even years kind of have a bias towards the even years, and odd year born people kind of like the odd years. So I don't know if that's really true. Nothing scientific to prove it, but yeah. So we've got that, and then I had talked about, so I'm a recovering series addict. Like when I first got back to cross stitch, I had to stitch all the series, and then it just got to a point where I'm like, it's just work to switch all this stuff out all the time. So I've been making a concerted effort the last year or so, maybe even longer, to try to stay away from some of those series and to finish up some of the ones that I had started already. And so I was successful in 2022 with finishing up a Prairie School Year series. So I'll show that in the 2022 finishes video. And so this one is just mostly whips. So I've come to realize, and I've probably said this many times now, but I'm an in-season stitcher, except sometimes I'll venture out a little bit, but I really find the most joy in stitching something that's coming up, in the next 2 months or so. And then at a certain point, once that season is over, I kind of tend to put it on the back burner. So how I keep my things organized, and so I don't have to be rifling through, but if I have things in project bags, I've got a shelf on a bookcase, and I'll put, like, for instance, now I'll be putting the Christmas things I'm not working on any longer at the back. And so at the front, coming up is any unfinished spring, that sort of thing. And then there'd be patriotic, fall, and then, you know, Christmas again, with various little holidays. I guess I tend to leave everyday things out in the rotation for the most part, unless it's something that's frustrating to me. I started my 12 days of Christmas stitching, so I got a lot of things started that I had really been wanting to get started, and now that they're in process, I know I'm going to stitch on this year, so I feel good about that. And I really don't have, like, I'm feeling good with the number of unfinished items in both my box and Leanne's box. It's getting to a point where I feel like I'm maybe at some point going to be caught up. So that's really exciting too. So, yeah, I'm hoping to maybe record some of those other videos today. If not today, I probably have time tomorrow to get some of it done. So let's just jump right in and see what we have going. First off, I wanted to thank people for the lovely Christmas cards that were sent. It's always so sweet. I've just gotten out of the habit of sending them. Every year I think, oh, I'm going to, you know, pick it up again. And then I don't know, it gets close and I just don't. So it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate getting them. And so thank you very, very much. And then along with that, I got some stitchy kindness from Linda. She sent a nice little note and some charts that she said I could either stitch or use as giveaways. So we have some Prairie Schooler charts, the original ones, 1994 Santa with the sunflower. And here is 1995 Santa. He's cute, the celestial one. And then this is a applique pattern, Santa with his in his sled. And this took me back because I used to do a lot of this, like the waistcloth, but I think I'm gonna scoot up a little bit so I don't have to reach quite so far. But this is a Vanessa Ann collection. These guys are crazy. But wouldn't these make really cute ornaments if you stitched them on small count linen? And then instead of like the letters, put them on little present boxes? I think they'd be adorable. That's thinking outside the box or on top of the box. And then she sent me this kit for Jan Lynn Christmas cross stitch antique Santa bell pull. These are some really beautiful Santas. So, you know, all the really vintagey ones. So thank you so much, Linda. That was really, really so nice of you to do that. Okay, so let's see what we have in our whip. Now this is coming from upstairs, so I haven't seen these in quite some time. So looks like this one is 2004 Santa, Prairie Schooler. And this is one that Leanne had almost done. So I will get that one finished. There's so little to do. And I might just even make it into a pillow. But actually that should have been at the very end. But and you're going to be just as surprised as I am with this. Okay. I've been working on finishing up the series Prairie Schooler The big monthly ones. This one is book number 146. It's the March one, or Daffodils. And I've got a nice little start on this. So I'll leave that out and continue moving forward on it. I decided I'm not going to start any additional months until I think I have 2 left that are in process. So I'm going to finish those 2 first before I move on. And I believe I'm stitching that on 32 count. I feel like I have a hair on my lip. 32 count Ivory Lugana. This one I started, well, these are all out of order because I didn't work on them this year. This is A Best Christmas Blessing. It's by Linda Vincent, Needle Made Designs. And I think I've said before, I'm going to change the wording on it. Instead of Lack Nothing, I'll probably change it to May Your Christmas Be Merry and Bright. And I got just a tiny little start on this last year. Oh, it's not even really worth holding up, but I will. So that'll go right back upstairs on the shelf. But I've got some beautiful colors, and so I will get that done. I say that about all of this, but I will. And then, let's see. Oh, I have a Christmas rose pattern, but I used that last year as part of my exchange gift, and so I didn't really even start a new one, so I don't know why that's in there. This is one of Leanne's. It's a Brenda Gervais. What is this one? Merry Yuletide. It's the Blue Santa. And really, I worked on this a little bit, but it's really, the worst part is over. I should just ball it out and finish it up. It's really cute. It just is, it's a nice sense of accomplishment when any of the things that have been in those piles to come back to start getting finished up. Let's see what else. I'll be surprised, as I said. Oh, okay. Now we have some Easter stitching. This one is Easter Wreath by Tiny Modernist. And I think this I might just put to the front of my pile because there's really not, I'm stitching on something that's like stiff as cardboard, but I really have a good start on it. So that might go to the front of the rotation so that I get that done sooner rather than later. And this one as well, I started this one last year. You know how you jump down the rabbit hole? And it's called The Rabbit and the Rose by Brenda Gervais with that needle and thread. I'm getting really a glare. And this one I almost did keep working on last year because I loved it so much. So I don't have a lot. Well, I've got enough to do on it. And sorry that these are being shown all wrinkly, helter-skelter, but it's my first look at them too. But I've got really a good part of it started. So that as well is going in the sooner rather than later pile. this? Oh, here's Mayberry Schooler. I thought I was down to only 2 active ones, but I guess it's 3. This is cute too. It's got a cute little sheep. And this one I've really got a nice start on. I'm surprised. Got the full barn or house, whatever it is. So once you get that middle part done, it really starts moving on pretty quick. And look at these 4 little ones in the small pattern. Those would make really cute little pillows. So I think I'll keep that in mind. Not that I need new projects, but it's kind of fun to do the little pillows. Get the stitching done very, very quickly. Oh, this is my cursed one. Spring Fling by Brenda Gervais. And I know I overdyed this. I think this is it Weeks Blush? Weeks Blush. And I do not like this fabric, but it's this one. The cute little white bunny on the pink. And this was one where you dyed the fabric in red wine. So I've got too much of a start, but I know I'm off. Keeping it real. I know I'm off, and so I'm just going to make it work. Because at this point, you know, it's one of those that at one point I loved it, and now I like it, but it doesn't call to me nearly as much as it did in the beginning. So I'll work on it some more, but I'm not going to hold my breath with it. Okay, that takes us into Patriotic Stitching, Lady Liberty by Blackbird Design. And I hope I have it started. I thought I had it started. I don't know. Well, oh my, I think I have like one stitch. That's disgusting. Can't believe I have counted that as a whip, but I will. And I will be stitching this on 36 count Liberty Gathering Gray by R&R. Just a really pretty neutral. And I think I'm using mostly colorful colors. So I guess I have quite a bit to do on that. And then this is one from Teresa Kogut, American Primitives. And instead of stitching all that red, I decided to use Aztec red. And I'm going to frame the border of it instead. I've been trying to eliminate all the like quarter and half stitches and just round them off to full stitches. But he's cute and I would like to get him done someday. It's another one though that just seems like takes forever. This is one that Leanne started. She's stitching it on Olive Leaf by Dove Sampler. It's for Pledge of Allegiance by the Pin Keep. Just a really simple, rustic. So I think, you know, she had a little bit of a start on it, but it's such a text heavy, and being the color that it is, she has America, Republic from which isn't very much, but I will work on that this year. And then, let's see, this is Mani Didana Flag of Liberty pillow. Finish it up. It's a cute little stitch. I'll probably just make that into a pillow. You can never have too many pillows. And this one is from the Souvenirs of Summer Blackbird Design book. And I think it's called Summer Jubilee. If I remember correctly. Yeah, Summer Jubilee. It's really pretty. All right. And I've started a new system this year with how I'm going to keep track of my colors. I used to always put it in a book, but instead now I'm switching to keeping a sheet right with the project. So that way I'll be able to just pull it out and be able to tell you every time what fabric I'm using. But this one I'm hoping to get done this year too. I've got a really nice start on it. I love it on this. It's kind of a bluish gray color. Really pretty. So that's that one. And I'm not going to count. I used to say I couldn't have more than 30. So I could work on one a day, but I don't do that rotation anyway. So I kind of feel like I was doing okay until I started the 12 new Christmas ones. This one, I'm not sure. I might abandon this. I'm not positive. When I tore out the cat in Pumpkin Patch, I promised I'd stitch a cat. And I got this from a cross-stitch rummage sale. At the time, I thought it was cute, but it just, I'm plugging along on it, and, you know I won't do the border like it is, but maybe I'll just finish the cat and see where I get. This is Trick or Treat Cat by M Designs. And I believe this color is, what is it? Da Vinci, 36 count. Picture this plus. It's a pretty color. And it goes well with the Halloween tones. But it's not like something I'd say, oh, I'm going to stitch that right away. So that will probably go up back on the shelf for now. And let's see what's in here. Like surprise. Oh no, this is just, I'm keeping a, binder with like my finishing material for my Prairie Schooler Santa ornaments, and even directions how I made the lengths that I use for the trim going around, so that it'll make it an easy process when I get some new ones done. All right, so let's do the 12 new starts of Christmas. I bought this as a kit from Country Sampler. It's Christmas in My Heart by Samplers Not Forgotten. such a pretty one. I saw it up on the wall as I was almost checking out, and I'm like, oh, I need that one. And let's see, I'm stitching this on 36 count baked clay. And I mostly just have the roof started, but I always feel like when you have anything started, it's a step in the right direction. So we'll keep moving on from there. So that was my first start. And I'm going to take the time to put these back in here, otherwise I'll have even more of a mess than I had to begin with. I just can't believe, I think I recorded right before Christmas, and then the holidays just kind of flew by. We were having a potential snowstorm, so that kind of was, you know, worrisome, but everybody made it home, and it was a great family holiday. So, and this is not cross stitch, but it is wool applique. This is by Buttermilk Basin, and it's a frosty night. And I just, let's see, where is he? Oh, I just got the guy ready to do the stitching on. So I figured hopefully maybe in a night of stitching I should be able to get him done and turn him into a cute little pillow. And he's not like totally Christmassy, so I probably could even leave him out at this time of year. And this is kind of a, well, it's a FO because I started it and got it done. This chart is White Christmas, the colors of Christmas. And I already had stitched the ice skates last year, but then I did the snowflake. And I think, I can't remember what this is. I think it's a piece of some kind of vintage lakeside. But I love the coloration of it. It's, you know, more unusual for winter colors, but it's really pretty. And another thing that would be nice to have out all year long. And then this little guy, A Cup of Christmas Cheer. It's by Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. She's got so many cute free charts on her blog. And this one I've been needing to stitch. I'm doing it on 32 count vintage Sahara. And I've got the mug almost done. I think I might have changed the colors a little bit, but he's so cheery. And I have some more vintagey mugs, so I want to do them as probably a little flat fold, just have them standing next to them. So I've been wanting to do this one since it came out, so I'm thrilled that I'm finally getting in gear. And that one too, this one I probably will leave out and work on. Then another one of my 12 starts is Wonderful Life Pinkeep Drum. I'm stitching it on Lakeside Vintage Light Exemplar, 36 count. Thanks to the generosity of a stitchy friend. And I've got a nice start on it, but let's see, oops, that's the back side. I'm one stitch off on the little scallop part, which is driving me nuts, and I kind of figured out where the mistake is, and I don't know if I can just make it work, but I've got a nice start on it, and I'm gonna keep working on. I probably would have been farther, except I needed to work on the stocking once I determined that I needed to like make some more changes to it to make myself happy. Then this is Joyeux Noel Artful Offerings 36 count pie crust by SPP. I'm not quite sure what that is. Well, I guess it would help if I showed you the chart. I just love that one. It reminds me of like a tea towel. And this one, I wanted to keep going on it. Had a hard time putting it down. So I've got the center stripe in, so it probably will be easier working from there now. But just really pretty colors that it uses. So that's another one that I'll keep active on at some point. And then this one I loved the second I saw it. Over the Fields We Go, JBW Designs. I'm stitching this on 36 count weeks parchment. Just a really pretty neutral. And I've got a nice little start on it. It's fun when you're just using one color, because all you have to do is worry about counting, not, you know, the symbols or anything like that. This one is a very little start. It's Mary Noel Sampler Santa from Home Fun Elegance. Stitching this in cinnamon stick, let's see, 26 I think. 36 count Lakeside Light Exemplar again. And just a very, very tiny start. Gosh, look how close I am to the side. I don't know why I do this to myself. Honestly. I don't think this is one that I started over. No. No, that's where I started it, all right. Crazy. Waste not, want not. And we're still in the 12 days. This one is Stacey Nash Primitives, Mary Mary Can Keep. And this one I'm stitching on 36 count Winter Brew. And I mostly just got some of the Mary Mary in. Love the colors though. Pretty greens and real antique-y looking tones. This was one I bought at Country Sampler. It's Cranberry Christmas by Artful Offerings. And this, I think, is going to be a really kind of fun, easy stitch. Got the roof done. couple windows. I love Christmas. I can't believe I started this many. This one is Sue Hillis, Something Old, Something New, Series 2, The Needlework Trees. Oops. And I think I'm just picking my own colors. And I'm using, let's see, 36 count American Froth by Games of the Needle. And just got one tiny little spool in there. This one I was really excited to work on. Prairie Schooler, this is Dear Santa 2006 limited edition. And this one too, I could have just finished it up. I don't know if these are the called for colors. I'm stitching in a 28 count raw natural cashel. I know I struggle with that every time. But this is just fun stitching. And I want to do a series of 4, so I'm waiting to like get some cheap black frames until I have them all done. But I will use the same colors in all these. This was the one that I had done a couple of years ago. Love it. Love it. It's funny how things, you know, certain things just speak to you and then you could keep them forever. Okay. Still got more. These are ones that you probably have seen more recently. This one is Christmas Garden by Blackbird Design from the Home for the Holidays book. Find it. Here it is. So many have stitched it and so many have loved it. I've mentioned this numerous times, but Leanne started this and did the bottom half, and so I'm finishing the top half, and I think it will be a beautiful remembrance of our friendship. And the fact that we each, you know, really shared in stitching it means so much to me. So I've gotten quite a bit of the top done, so I really hope to get this one done this year. I thought I'd get it done maybe in 2022, but that didn't happen, so we'll just keep plugging away. And this one will probably stay in my rotation for like even on Christmas stitching. Plum Street Samplers is Happy Morning. This was back when they had the 2 different versions. So mine's on 36 count hog bristle. And this one is a fun stitch. I wish, you know, like I had to devote a lot of winter's or Christmas stitching time to the stocking this year, so maybe I'll get more of this done next year. It's a pretty one. Holy moly. I hope we don't hit an hour on this part. That's why I'm going to be dividing this up. This is Blackbird Design. I just have my working copy right now, but what is it? This Sweet Christmas Morning, or I always struggle. Well, anyways, I'm stitching on 36 count R&R Legionnaire Latte, Early Christmas Morning. When I borrow a chart from someone, I do like to make a working copy and not even keep their copy with my stuff, because I just, I get nervous. My charts get abused sometimes. So, but really, I've gotten pretty good start on the top. So I'd like to keep moving on this one this year too. And then I showed this rather recently, but this is the gingerbread mittens by Blackberry Lane Designs. And I've got the front of one of the mittens done, and I've moved on to the back. And I'm stitching this on 28 count V-neck cashel. And it is vibrant and cheery and happy as can be. So it's fun. It's fun. This is one I haven't stitched on for quite a while, since I started it, and I love it. I thought I would have it done like right away. But this is Stacy Nash Primitives Gathering the Green Sampler. That house with the wreath on it, oh man. Just love it. And really, I mean, I've got a nice start on it if I would just take the time to go back to it. I like when the roof is done and I can work down from there. I'm trying to think what color this was. Not really sure right now. I did buy it as a kit from Country Sampler, so it's whatever their conversion is. We still have a couple more. Carrot House Samplings, the 1999 Christmas sampler. And I was working on this one quite a bit for a while, and then it kind of fizzled. But I do like it. That's showing up like really light, but in reality it's darker, more like that color. So pretty. And then my second Leanne's Legacy. Oh, I started this Blackbird design, All Joys for Thine. So I completed, so far for those that I started on her birthday, I completed years 1 and 3, totally framed and everything, but this is year 2. So I'd like to get this one finished up. And I'm learning, really this kind of stitching, it is much quicker than like stocking dimensions, gold at least. So nice start on that. So I'll probably give this some love and see where we get with that one. I often think, like to have all these colors tied up in these things kind of does not make sense. And like I find scissors that I didn't know about. This one I think I would have been done with, but I have an error on the house. It's Stacy Nash, or no, Scarlet House, Strawberry House. Just a cute little pin keep. And I think I tore out what the mistake was. At least I hope so. So maybe I can get back to stitching this. This would be a nice one to have done for summer. And I don't know, some mystery linen. I might have it written down somewhere. But it's just, oh, here it is. It is R&R Old Mill Java, 36 count. So I'm stitching 1/2. And then I'm not even going to haul these out anymore, but because it's kind of embarrassing. But I started 2 new Santas. I'm not quite sure what years they are because I still haven't went back and looked at my book. But these are the 3. I think one for sure is the sewing machine. And I bet you anything it's, now that I'm thinking about it, the skiing guy. So have just tiny little starts on those. But I would like to get a couple done a year. I don't have great expectations that I'll get a lot done, but. And then I was missing so many threads from this one. I was trying to stitch on it the other night, and so I finally went upstairs and pulled them all out. But this is the Prairie Schooler February. And I think I mentioned, I'm not quite sure about doing 2 groundhogs. I might do something else in that box. But, yeah. Once again, I have the middle section done. And now I at least have all the colors that I need in my bag. So before I was like jumping around just trying to go to the spots where it was the colors that I had in there. And that wasn't working very well. So keep plugging away on those. And, well, I'm going to just talk to the side. Those are pretty quick because they're on 30. Well, they're not really quick, but they're on 32 counts. So it's not hard stitching, just a lot of it. The other one I started is Stacy Nash Pinky, December 25th, Merry Christmas Pinky. Oops, covering his face. And this one I just started working on, and it's going really quick. This is another scrap piece of something. But so maybe keep plugging away on him. And then I lost one of my other FOs. Well, I guess it wasn't quite, I think I had a little bit to do on it, but I did this little freebie inspired by Gabrielle Stitching, I think it is. I'll put her Instagram name in the drop downs, but she had stitched this one and then finished it as a strawberry. She added the extra little dots, and I want to kind of lay it out on a strawberry template and maybe add a few more if I need to. But I stitched this with Mariska's Red by X Jude Design. And I love that color. It's such beautiful coloration. The other thing I want to work on is I bought this kit from Buttermilk Basin, and it's 3 Hearts Pillow. And so I would like to get that done for Valentine's Day. Closing in on a month away. And then what I spent a lot of time on over the Christmas break, and I'm so glad I did, was the Dimensions Gold Collection Santa's Flight Stocking. Had been my original goal to have this done by Christmas Eve. And then when I thought I was done, I looked at it and I'm like, this does not look right. The reindeer in the distance didn't show up, and then I started looking at others on Instagram, and I'm like, I look back at the chart and I realized that instead of using some of the mixed colors that have one strand of this and one strand of that, and you're supposed to use 2 strands of each, I only used 1. And so then I tore out a bunch and then had to go back. But I'm so glad I did. I like it so much better already. I need to tidy up a little bit of the gold work because I think in going over those stitches, I'm not quite sure I'm totally done, but it's so much better. I kept looking at it going, I just wasn't happy with it. And so I'm glad I went with my gut and investigated what the issue was, because I would have always looked at it and thought, ooh, that is not quite right. So much happier with Santa. I still have to fix his snaggletooth. Yeah. But, so for now, I'm just like considering it done, but I may look at it in a week or two and just see if, you know, how things are going. Well, I've been like rambling on for almost an hour here, and I'm so glad I decided to do this in segments. It's really almost 4 o'clock. So the day is over. I took a nice long hike in the county park with some friends earlier this morning, and then we had like insurance issues that I had to make numerous phone calls to get straightened out, and just even trying to get a hold of someone, you know, like not easy. So, you know, like got bounced back and forth, and finally figured out who we needed to talk to and accomplish that, and they're going to take care of it. And it's like, oh, you know, it's such a feeling of, it shouldn't be this hard, and yet, you know, kind of relief when you get someone who really is helpful. And even the guy who couldn't help me this morning, he was just, you know, he was feeling bad about all the runaround and calls and, you know, documentation and whatever. But, you know, having worked in medical claims when I first got out of college, I've always taken the approach, whenever I have something I have to make a phone call on, I'll jot a little note, write down whatever it is, you know, saying who I talked to, what day it was, what time it was, and what was discussed. And, you know, so many of the places now have to record anyways. So, I mean, if you have like the person's name, it would be much easier for them to go back and figure out, you know, what was said in that conversation. So, but anyways, it all got straightened out, and, you know, now just trying to get my, we have our Stitchy Christmas exchange on Monday, so trying to get my gift done, and I'll take a picture so I can show it in another video. And I started like 2 other things before I finally am happy with what I'm working on. So we have a weekend babysitting duty coming up, which will be fun. Just trying to figure out if we want to go there or stay here, or maybe do some of both. I had the kids last night, so their parents could go to dinner, and you know, it's just always fun to spend time with them. And just they're, you know, I keep thinking they're at the age they want to be with you, and that doesn't last forever. So, but yeah. Other than that, just kind of plugging away, trying to get a few projects done around here, and I keep looking at my Christmas quilt I started and thinking, oh my gosh, I really should work on that and get that done. But I guess I'm going to make a list and try to get a few things checked off. That seems to help. So coming up, maybe today or tomorrow, I definitely want to do the giveaway and the 2022 finishes in review, so that I can put away many of the things I've been setting aside all year. And, it's just kind of a fun trip down memory lane, and it's always amazing to see just how much you get accomplished. Oh, sorry. I'm not bored with you, really. I know you're probably bored with me. No, but how much you can get accomplished in a year. It is amazing. So thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for the subscriber giveaway. Got some great things that I want to share with you, and yeah, I hope all is well for all of you, and please continue to fill the world with love. Bye-bye.